Considering he was alive when the war happened. I don't know how long that, if he could be alive, because all elves' lifespan's different from my knowledge. I know Eldarin are immortal, but not all elf races are. I do know that because that's what my mother taught me. She didn't tell me how long they live though. Is this dangerous? Yes. However, looks like we have a little bit of risk. Yeah, I mean, I could talk to Jay and ask her about Erstor if she knows if she knew of a man called that. Not mentioning anything else really, but see if she knows that. Oh, man or woman? He might not. That might not be a man. Whatever they identify as, they seem lovely. I do hope that they did not pass away in the war though. I do wish they are alive. So would like to be able to talk to him or her. I'd like to meet them. I have many questions. I think more specifically, now I know a bit more about elves and different races. I'd like to know a bit more about personally my family. If there's anything on my I guess elven side, my elven family, my mother and that and her family. I would like to see if there's anything.
3 hours later.
Also, let's head on in. He's right there. Oh. Jay?
Huh? What? Oh,
Hi.
sorry.
Are you free? Oh?
Yeah, I'm free. I was just reading.
Oh.
We got one of my new book orders in. They've been taking quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
Rather frustrating, actually. But one of the that new human who I was showing around the other day wanted a book on herbalism, so I made sure to order one in. How are you?
Was it Mars? That one?
Yes,
Mars.
yes, Mars. They seem quite lovely.
Yeah, they do.
Little out of all sorts with all the magic. They come from one of those human settlements up in the north. They don't. Magic's more of a legend for them, it seems. But yeah, what can I do for? What can I do you for?
So, I have a question.
Yes.
Do you know of, or have you ever heard of a man called Erstor at all?
Erstor?
Yeah.
Doesn't ring a bell?
Like, ever in your life? Never. Not even an inkling.
I mean, you're not. I don't have a lot of context.
Writer?
It doesn't
Potentially?
No. No.
Right.
That's a bit out of the blue. They someone you know?
I mean, not personally. Well,
Would you like some more privacy? You seem a little skittish.
yeah, let's go somewhere.
Come on, we can go to the back room. I'm the only person who has access back here.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you remember it. It's a
Yeah.
bit dusty. I still need to clean.
It's fine. I've been cleaning
There
today
we go.
myself.
Oh, really?
So, I went out with my little particles. We went out on an adventure, going traveling as you do,
Yeah, exploring.
And then we found a building,
Oh?
like ancient elven build. Yeah.
Oh, is it like the little ruins you found on your island, or
No.
like, more?
No, bigger. Still in kind of tact as well. Like
Oh, that's
it was like,
interesting.
it's like a house or something like that. It's
I see,
somewhere
I
like
see.
somebody lived at least.
Hmm.
And this
Okay.
guy, Erstor, apparently, he wrote a series wanting
Oh.
to kind of bring in elves to the world, kind of wanting people to know, learn about them, to have communication, because this was after the war with the End.
Really?
Yeah, it does. It literally it says, let me build better relations with other magical races within our world. Seen as discussion with the End people have produced less than ideal results. No thanks to their uptight and self-important philosophy.
I mean, that seems rather vague.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's in, you found it was in the Valley
It was
Confine.
it was in the border, like where.
Well, that's. I'm not quite certain on time.
It was, so it would have been like in the
Periods.
barrier at least. So
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that's 10,000 years ago. It must have been at least put there. The End War happened sometime around my birth, I want to say, like the full-on battles.
Yeah.
And that was at least 1,000 years past this place being sealed. So it could have been the start of the war? Pre-war?
I mean, it could have, yeah.
I'm just wondering, the word discussions seems a little like, if they were talking about the
Civil.
war, I feel like they'd be a bit more direct, yeah.
Yeah, it seems very civil, like.
Even with the mention of them being self-important, it seems a bit...
I mean, they're not fully wrong, so I don't blame them for that one.
I mean, is that a book part of this series, or is that just a personal?
No, this is a personal one, I think.
Okay, because I was going to say, if that was a published thing and they started calling out another race, that would go terribly. That would go so terribly.
Well, I don't think... When you think about it, no one in the End could technically call him out, because they wouldn't be able to access it. So, I mean, it's kind of perfect. However,
I mean, true.
so they spoke about elven culture and
Yes.
races and the cities, some of the kingdoms and that. There was 3 of them, like major ones.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
What ones does... 3 of them, I don't quite... I know Tellery. Well,
Yeah. I'm not the best with pronouncing. Lorraine? Something. And then Noldor. That was the god. Noldor Vanya.
Wait, a god called Lorraine?
Yeah, it was apparently that is the god who brought us to life. That was like the god of creation to them, to the elves.
Oh, okay. Now the gods all have different names from different peoples. Not one I'm familiar with, but I know a good chunk about the elves, but not those specific details. But you mentioned Noldor?
Yeah, Noldor. Yeah, that one's known for apparently its learning and teaching and its academic things. Vast crystal industry. Vanya. It's the smallest one, so it might not have been heard of much. But...
No, I do believe those were the 3 main or largest elven territories. But if memory recalls, I was quite young at the time. They were both destroyed during the War with the End. Tellery survived with the help of the Sea Elves, but the other 2 fell in the battle. I think, if I'm recalling correctly. There might be ruins. I'm not sure if they tried to rebuild, but as far as I'm aware, I haven't heard of them today. And, well, the book on elves we have in this library only mentions one, and that is Tellery.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you were hoping for more.
Honestly, because I read the book, obviously here, I actually have a copy on me, ironically. I carry a lot of the books from the library in my pockets.
Oh, same. I usually have a few copies on me. Hub's right now.
And obviously in that one it only mentioned one, so I had of... I said to my particles, I kind of don't want to hope that it's in the war, but I had a feeling.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the possibility that they either rebuilt them, but they never reached their past magnificence, so weren't quoted, or they might have just stayed destroyed.
Or they might have just kept hidden, I guess.
Potentially. I mean, one of the crystal one, I believe, was had a lot of like underground section. I'm not sure if it will be mentioned. I know Drow.
Yeah,
I think
this other one mentioned about the races.
Yeah, I know Tellery also has an underground city section, so whether it links to the old one or just was a completely new one built to facilitate the other kingdom's destruction, no idea, but I'm throwing things at the wall here. Only way to really know would be to go to one of the settlements. Tellery is by the Priestess's Ocean, though, which is up north.
Yeah.
I know that location at the very least. I should get a map of the continents some of these days.
Honestly, that might be where I'm gonna end up going at this moment in time. Because there's more information. But the question is of what?
I mean,
you wouldn't just write 2 books, one about culture and one about races, if you were writing the series.
I mean, if there's a series, I'd expect there to be at least one more.
Yes.
But if you found one city or one building, potentially more could be further out.
It is. It's just I'm concerned of how destroyed it is as well, because it is very destroyed. It is within the barrier, so it could have been the calamity, but we've never had confirmation what the calamity was.
But
But
I don't know for certain, considering the amount of magical energy in this place. It most likely was some form of devastation. I mean, the books mentioned Warren being angered and that leading to Atmosphere's deaths.
it's
the power of a god is not something to scoff at.
The main thing, personally, is just the way it is destroyed doesn't rub me the same way as this place does. When
I mean, further out, I assume everything was hit at some point by the calamity, but probably in different ways. This being the main city.
I mean, there is a literal hole in the wall.
Oh dear.
Half the roof's gone. There's almost a whole floor missing.
I mean, the one thing I know for certain about the calamity is there were only 2 beings left over in this land afterwards, and that was Charlie, who can't die, and Celine, who was one of the deities of the nation.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to have, well, the biggest favour of anyone. Crashing my wedding like they did. Still upset about that.
I don't blame you. I mean...
Truthfully, I'm mainly upset about Panky.
Honest, I think we all are.
I've been trying to give warnings out to people. I don't want... I mean, did you heard what Celine said? Auction house, they've...
Considering, Jay, I was this close to this ship.
You literally had your sword to their throat and their axe were, well, to your stomach. But I don't know if you've seen the auction house, but the door's finally open. The real estate office is... And you know what, why don't I just show you?
Yeah. I mean...
It's not in the worst shape it could be, but
yeah, I'm okay with...
Something's definitely happened. Oh, I should close the door.
I mean, we could just trap someone in there. Perfect way to capture somebody if we need to.
It's a wooden door, they could easily break out.
Not if we don't tell them that. We just cover it up, and it's not wooden, just
How
like...
stupid do you... Okay, maybe it could trick, Cloudy.
Exactly.
I'd say Charlie, but Charlie has flaming
smarter.
wings. They'd probably accidentally burn the place down.
Yeah, we wouldn't want that.
Yeah, but as you can see, the door's different.
Yeah, it's
Real estate office purchases moved to the auction house. Signed S. Wait.
Oh, I don't like that.
Look inside.
Oh, that's... Wow,
Even the ceiling. At least the walls aren't damaged, but
Wow. Honestly, this is why we should have authority, because we can do some damage of this property for this.
Well, I'm not sure what we're going to do against an unknown entity shape-shifting being.
I mean,
with a god's gift.
we can try.
But we can definitely.
If we just give up straight away, there's nothing worth fighting
there's
for.
banners now.
Yeah. I'm guessing
there's no. Most likely, there's no presence in here right now, so we can probably safely have a look without encouraging their presence.
Oh, that's nice.
This seems to be where you deposit the money for the shops. And over here... Donate box, donate items for auction, or ask for items to buy. Huh. And I suppose this is where people will sit and items will be displayed.
Probably. Well... I may not be keen of Celine, but I've got to give her props to this.
I mean, it's nicely decorated, but then again, there are blood vines.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that. I'm not a fan of that, personally.
And I've never seen a more evil colour scheme than deep slate and red carpet.
Honestly, yeah.
I get an aesthetic, but come on. You can be more homely.
One thing, they may be out for people's souls, but at least the building's got style.